Welcome to a brand new episode of All Things Honor. It is Kimmy. It is 1 o'clock in the morning because don't worry, guys, in 2 weeks I don't have to wait till my roommates fall asleep to film this because they'll be screaming in the background. But nonetheless, we are 2 months underway with Ring of Honor TV. 2 months. It's a big deal. It's a pretty long time. And we were right underway with action because we had the Kingdom versus Action Andretti and Darius Martin. Now, we talked about it. Dante's hurt. Darius needs a new friend. Action's the perfect person for this. He's young, and the Ring of Honor just model fits what he's going for right now. This match is really good. I mean, I believe this is the first time like ever in history that Action and Darius had teamed up together, and they actually had really good chemistry, and they also had like matching gear. And I was like, oh my God, I love when a tag team has matching gear. But unfortunately, the experience favored the Kingdom, and that's why they got the win here. And Bennett and Taven have just been on fire lately. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe that's the match we're going for with Death Before Dishonor, and we're gonna do Lucha Bros versus the Kingdom, because it seems as if that's where we're kind of heading. Maybe. I mean, this episode was also very tag team heavy, and we're gonna get to that. But nice win for the Kingdom. Thy Kingdom come as always. Next, we had an Athena promo because all I do is win, as it's the title of this episode. So Athena continues to talk about how she's the alpha and the most dominant Ring of Honor Women's Champion of all time. She says that she has defeated everybody and no one is willing to step up to the challenge, laying out an open challenge to anybody across the world to step up to give a real challenge to Athena. Now, I do have to agree that besides like pay-per-views and I think like one or two episodes of Ring of Honor TV, Athena's basically been in there with jobbers. And I get like you're trying to build her up, especially because you're trying to like very much cement the fact like she's the alpha female and most dominant champion ever. But there comes a time, and I know we've talked about for weeks, like Sky Blue and Willow, one of those two are going to be the ones to dethrone Athena, but you do have to throw her like some credible challengers out there. Like there's plenty of people that you could use. Just no for thought. The first women's match we have is Robin Renegade versus Willow. Now, the interesting thing about this is I believe this was the first time that either one of the Renegade twins were in singles competition on Ring of Honor TV. And the thing is, we all know them as like the Renegade twins, even though they're not twins, they're sisters. In case y'all didn't know that, they very much revealed that this week on Ring of Honor TV. But Robin actually, she had a pretty good singles match. I think that's the important thing of like being a women's tag team is like you kind of have to learn to do both, especially because AEW does not have women's tag team titles, unlike WWE. And the thing that I did not like is they attempted twin magic. No, just no. It worked with the Bellas. They're actually twins. It doesn't work here. Robin and Charlotte look kind of different. I mean, I know it's kind of hard when they're like in the ring, but like if you look at them for like a longer period of time, you could tell differences. And it failed here. It is actually the reason why she had lost to Willow. Don't do this. Just don't do this. It's a road you don't want to go down, to be honest. I think what made Twin Magic so special is like the Bellas were the first and only team to do it ever. And I feel like if the Renegades start doing it, it's kind of like they're mocking the Bellas. And unless we're setting up the Garcia sisters versus the Renegade twins, I don't want it. After the match, the Renegade twins beat up Willow. The Renegade twins stand tall. I'm assuming that within the next couple weeks, we'll get Willow and Sky Blue versus the Renegade twins, so they get their revenge. Colt Cabana promo up next. He's coming back to Ring of Honor for the first time this year. Says that him and Joe have had a rich history, and Cabana plans to make a huge mark on Ring of Honor. The TV title is one of the only titles that he has not held in Ring of Honor, and he vows to do so in our main event tonight. Next, we have JC versus Lance Archer, and in typical Murderhawk fashion, beats up JC down the entrance ramp. This was a quick one. It was a squash. Archer gets the win, and I'm interested, maybe Archer is gonna be the one to dethrone Joe here, maybe. I think that they're really, especially because like Archer's now here, he's not in Japan. Like maybe they're gonna try to utilize him more in Ring of Honor. So maybe he's the one. I think him and Joe would actually be a pretty good matchup as well. And after the match, Archer just keeps on beating JC all the way to the locker room because typical Murder Hawk fashion, guys, as always. Next, we have Brian Cage versus Joey Jet. And the interesting thing was Jet not only got a lot of offense in, he got a lot of cheers. This was when Ring of Honor was filmed in Milwaukee. He was one of the local competitors, and he killed it. This match was actually a lot longer than I expected. Thought it was going to be a squash like the match before this. It was anything but that. Cage has a winning streak of now 8-0 in Ring of Honor. It's a combine of like the six-man matches along with singles. Brian has also looked extremely, extremely like good on Ring of Honor TV. Like he's had some of his best matches and some of his best work since signing with AEW. So I'm also kind of interested, like if when and if they eventually break up the embassy, maybe Cage is the one to defeat Claudio, or maybe Cage is the one to defeat Joe. I don't know. I feel like that's what we're heading towards, but someone's got to beat the embassy verse. But it was good. Joey Jet's good. I liked it. Next, we have another Ring of Honor Women's Championship Proving Ground match. I don't like that they're called Proving Ground matches. I think that's a stupid name. I like Title Eliminator. I like Title Eliminator better. It sounds cooler. I will give Heather Reckless a lot of credit though, because she was wearing Nike Blazers as sneakerhead who just ordered 3 new pairs of sneakers this week. I respect it. But Athena's on another level right now. She won, I believe. Ian Riccaboni had said it was like 20 straight wins that Athena has had. And the question still remains, who will be the one to defeat Athena? Next, tag team action again. We have Lee Johnson and Cole Carter versus Reynolds and Silver. So it looks like Dark Order did move down to Ring of Honor. And this is what I said last week. I just think it better suits them. I think they have a better chance to even hold gold here. Because eventually, when if Stu Grayson goes on with Vince and Duchess, the team of Uno, Reynolds, and Silver, I think could have a pretty cool run with the trio or the six-man titles. They're called different names in two different companies. I don't get it. But this match was actually really good. This was the first time that Johnson and Carter had been in tag team competition before, and they really killed it. This was a good back and forth, but Dark Order, for now, seems to always win in Ring of Honor. I say for now because I think things are going to change. But this was fun. Good matchup. 2 out of 3 tag team matches. Next, we have Nick Camarado versus Penta. Phoenix is hurt. Yeah, I don't know. It's like Top Flight, they're always hurt, and then Lucha Bros, either one's hurt or they're always dealing with visa issues. We can never have like one of the fan favorite tag teams be 100% like healthy. This was good. I mean, this was Camarado's first match in Ring of Honor, but Penta has just gotten over, and like this could be said for both Lucha Bros actually. Like since they debuted in AEW in 2019, like they have literally gone so over with the crowd. Everybody loves them, and Penta just knows how to work a crowd. He knows what he needs to do, and he got the win here. Easy, easy win. Now, everyone's favorite Cinnabon loving AEW superstar, Takeshita versus Lee Moriarty. And Lee Moriarty could go. Like, I really didn't realize this because AEW really doesn't use him besides for the firm storyline stuff. But my God, this match was really good. It was a huge back and forth. I mean, there were a lot of times that like you honestly thought Moriarty was going to win. And Takeshita he just killed it. He's someone that is now on a 4 match winning streak in Ring of Honor, and he continues to prove why he's one of the smartest signings that AEW had last year. I mean, I cannot wait till Don Callis just turns on the Elite and just goes with Takeshita and has this huge run with him. Like like the day this happens, and then Hangman comes and the Elite chooses Hangman. It's going to be something. It's going to be something great. So Takeshita gets the win here. This was really good. Takeshita for gold in 2023. And now we have the match of the episode. Because anytime you're putting Vikingo on your screen, you know it's going to be a good one. So we had Vikingo versus Gringo Loco, who I had no idea who he was before this, but turns out that these two have feuded for the better part of like a year to 2 years. And oh my God, go watch this. This match was insane. The fact, like, I obviously can't say that we got this match for free because you had to pay 9.99 to go on Watch Ring of Honor, but it was just so fun. The Kingo is so talented. He continues to prove like how he is one of the best in the world. And I remember when the PWI came out in 2022, and I believe the Kingo was 8, and nobody knew who the Kingo was. They were like, "Who is this person that's number 8 on this list?" And I was one of them. And after seeing him not only live, because I saw him in California, but seeing him on AEW Ring of Honor, I believe he was on one Rampage. I don't really remember, but he continues to prove he'll probably be higher on that list this year, which is even crazier. But just go watch this. They're great. The Kingo wins, and Tony Khan, you know what to do, my friend. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Next, another tag team match. We had Rem Jones and Logan Lynch versus Bear Country. I mean the Iron Savages. I had no idea they changed their name until this match. And I just think the tag team division, like they're having so many tag teams. And I think it's good because now you have people that could potentially enter feuds with the Lucha Bros. And this match was a squash. The Iron Savages win. And I feel like this is gonna be one of many wins for them. You know, they like a lot of people were excited when they signed with AEW, but they weren't really using them. They were only using them on Dark and Elevation. Now it's like, yeah, we like them. They're a good team. Let's use them in Ring of Honor. That's always good. Gringo Loco cuts a promo next saying for the past 2 years he's been traveling the world trying to get the attention of AEW and Tony Khan, and he finally got his chance. He made his Ring of Honor TV debut. And not only did Tony Khan raise his hand and, do the whole celebration thing after the match, he even invited him back. So now, is the world ready for Gringo Loco? Now, like I said, I had no idea who this guy was before this match, but he put on a really good showing. Like this match between him and Vikingo was such a good back and forth that I wouldn't mind if you signed him either, Tony Khan. Again, you know what to do, my friend. Main event time, we had the Ring of Honor Television Championship between Samoa Joe and Colt Cabana. Welcome home, Colt Cabana. This match was fine. I mean, it wasn't really anything spectacular. I feel like we've seen better main events on the 8 episodes of Ring of Honor TV that we've had. Obviously, Joe was going to win here. He dominated most of this matchup. The commentary even alluded to saying that Joe has held the title for 372 days. He is now the third longest TV champion. And he has to catch up to Jay Lethal, who's held it for 567 days, which is kind of crazy. And Ring of Honor TV ends with Joe basking in his glory at Keithley. So I think it's really interesting that the Ring of Honor commentary team kept on like emphasizing like all of these winning streaks that are going on in the company right now because usually they don't do that. So it's kind of like, oh, I guess we're on the road to Death Before Dishonor, which I'm assuming is gonna happen in July. Can't see it happening any other time. The episode was fine. I mean, it was good. Match was flowed. Episode was quick. And now we are just on the road to Death Before Dishonor and Ring of Honor episode 9. Yay! And that will do it for this episode of All Things Honor. I'm your host as always, Kimmy Sokol, and we will see you back next week for another edition of All Things Honor.